Shalom, family. Good to see everybody here. I hope you're all doing well. Well, I have one thing to say. Education in Latin community is very poor. I thought it was poor in the Black community. It's even worse over there. How can a whole community of people, and Africans too, how can a whole community of people believe we are immigrants? All you had to do was read the 14th Amendment, and right in there, it talks about the enslaved. All right. We have had birthright citizenship since the 1860s. And these folks in 2025 think we're immigrants just like them. Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. Now you know. I want y'all to think about this. Now you know why they voted the way that they did. They thought they were going to get to bump us out of here. That's why they voted for Donald Trump. It was for racist reasons. They thought, number one, they thought they were white, and they thought their vote was going to boot us out of here, which makes absolutely no sense. We have been here for centuries, if not beyond that, because we were in the land when Columbus came. There were already melanated people in this land. So you think us sitting here for centuries that you had carte blanche over us and y'all were going to boot us out of here? So you think because you're close to white. See, white is never going to accept close to white. They're never going to accept that. And you thought, I guess, because you were maybe 2 shades lighter than us, because many of you are not really that much lighter than us, to be honest with you. Some of you are, but definitely not all. I've seen some pretty dark Latinos myself. And y'all thought because you think your proximity to whiteness, which I don't believe you are at all, you thought that you would be over us. Well, the way ICE is kidnapping you off of the streets, do you think you're still over us now? Do you believe that now? That's what I would like to know. But I just think this is hilarious. These folks, all this time, them and the Africans, all this time thought we were immigrants just like them. Yeah. Y'all, stupid is forever. I just want you to know. I just want you to know stupid is forever. Stupid is forever. All right, y'all. I got some videos I want you to listen to. Let me share my screen so we can get started. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. And the way they're running you immigrants out here, and Donald Trump don't even care. He don't care if you're illegal or even legal. Even the ones that are legal are getting ran out of here. It doesn't even matter. So if you were the preference, then why would they be running you out of here? Because, I've heard the Latinos and the Africans tell us, that white people like them better than they like us. I remember y'all saying that mess. Now that you're being kidnapped out in these streets by ICE, you still believe that? I'm just saying. All right, y'all, let's get started.
Feel that black people, black Americans, African Americans, blacks, us, we're immigrants. The hardest lessons, clearly, it's going to take me a long time to learn and figure out is that other people just don't know what I know. I assume that a lot of people know what I know. That's why y'all keep saying that, huh? That makes sense, I guess. The we're next. Y'all think, what? How do y'all not know how long we've been a part of this country? Black people fought in the Crispus Attucks. Did everybody not at my little church? Every Black History Month, there was this huge thing. I'll never forget when I came to my grandma's house. It was a huge package, and it was all of these cards. They were ABC cards, but on every card, letter of the alphabet, and an important person from Black history. And that was what we did all February at Sunday school. Like, we learned those cards. We would have to, and then we'd line up at like the Black History program, and we'd have to read them out loud. So I guess I just assumed, oh my God.
Now people are saying that Latinos didn't know that Black Americans are not immigrants. Child, I just don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say to that. It makes sense though, because the narrative that I've always heard about why don't Black Americans have the same drive or take initiative, or the narrative that we're lazy, even though we worked here for free. Like, didn't you know that? Didn't you know that our ancestors worked for free for hundreds of years? Like, I thought that that was common knowledge, but I guess it's not. Like, this is really bad. If this is the case, why do you even need to take away critical race theory? People don't know it now. Might as well leave it in place. They don't know it right now. They don't even know the history of Black people in America. I just don't even know what to say at this point. It's way worse than I thought it was. But I do feel like Paul Mooney, that people are getting their Negro wake-up call, but in Spanish. They Latin wake-up call, they Hispanic wake-up call, because they learn it now.
You hate the truth. I see. As far as illegal, you're illegal. The colonizers brought your ancestors here in boats. Don't think that just because you were born here that means you're native. Grow up and say something. First of all, I'm not illegal. I'm not illegal. And you are big butt hurt mad that I'm not illegal. You don't know me, bitch. And I'm calling you a bitch because you got me fucked up. You keep posting me and atting me with the same funky ass videos from different angles showing a few Black people out there. The majority, the collective of people that's rioting and looting are Latinos. Point blank, period. This is not to say that there are not some Black people out there. The collective of us are at home drinking our goddamn coffee and tea, minding our business, going to work and doing something productive. At the end of the day, I am not illegal, and you are fucking mad that I am not an immigrant. Black Americans, foundational Black Americans that were born in America with American grandparents, American great-grandparents, and so on and so forth, we are not illegal immigrants. We've been here since the inception of this country. We are written into the Constitution. Do some fucking research. Stop worrying about Black people and what the fuck we got going on. You got bigger fish to fry. Enough is enough. The anti-Blackness just reeks and jumps out. You want to call me an immigrant because you're talking about some straight out of Africa theory, which is a theory. A lot of Black people were already here before the so-called transatlantic slave trade. Read a fucking book and leave me alone. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. Y'all act like this is a human rights issue. Well, you got to keep saying that this is not a human rights issue. This is not a civil rights issue. This is about legalization of people that want to migrate into this country. I cannot go to Mexico and just stay there and get benefits and get a job and be a part of the economy without citizenship. I can't go to Japan and do that. I cannot go to Switzerland and do that. I cannot go to China and do that. I cannot go to Canada and do that. You have to be legal. Now, could there be more humane ways to do things? Absolutely. However, this is not a civil unrest, what do y'all want Black people to do? What do you want me to do? What could I say? Come in the country the legal way. Is that what you want me to say? Because that's going to sound insensitive, even though that's the truth. Get your paperwork. Get your documents in order. That's the only thing I could do. What the fuck? What do you want? You want to use me as a scapegoat, which is what y'all are doing. That's why you keep saying Black people are out there looting and rioting. And you want me to potentially get unalive. The sheriff in Florida said that he's literally, they killing people. I'm not going to suggest that people, that myself or people that look like me risk their lives. I'm not going to suggest that. So if that's what you want, I don't know what to tell you. May the odds be in your favor. Welcome to the show. Has been our lived experience, and it's been way worse than what you all are experiencing right now. They're literally just saying, hey, you know, if you're not here legally, just go back home. Y'all say y'all's country is so beautiful, y'all waving y'all's flags. Why not go home and make it beautiful, make it all that it could be, build it up? Didn't y'all just have black fatigue? Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm not your problem. I'm not your issue. Y'all keep trying to make an issue with us. We're not the issue. I don't have no power to deport you. So you are channeling your energy in the wrong space. I'm not an immigrant. Leave me alone.
Hello, good morning. Please excuse my face. Yes, I have eye boogers because I literally just woke up. I heard something on the news and then I just so happened to turn on my TikTok and it confirmed the news and I'm confused. Latinos, I got a fucking question. Y'all out here thinking that black people are immigrants? Y'all think we really had a choice in being in this fucked up ass country? What the white man do to your brain, baby? What did the white man do to your brain? Do y'all not understand the definition of slavery? I'm so serious right now. I'm not even, I mean, like, it's funny because at this point it's like, this shit can't be real. you gotta find some humor in this shit. You got to find some humor in this shit. Is that why Latinos treat Africans so bad? Cause y'all like go back to Africa and you think that you can tell black people the same thing? Bitch, we ain't got no land to go back to. Surprise, motherfucker. What? That's what happens when people are stolen from a land. Their people are completely eradicated and brought to another country. We ain't got nowhere to go back to, bitches. And we didn't ask to be brought here. It wasn't somebody who was like, hey, all of you Africans, I'm a white man. I got a new country that I'm trying to build. Come and get on my boat. I'm going to give you a job and a house. No, y'all got that treatment. It's motherfuckers who went down to the Latino countries who said, hey, we got jobs. Come with us. We got you. That didn't happen for black people. That's not what the slave trade was, my babies. Y'all thought that we had some grand opportunity to come over to the United States and make something of ourselves and our family just stay here? This shit is so absurd that it's fucking hilarious. Y'all thought that we was immigrants? Bitch, we are kidnapping victims. What is wrong with y'all? Baby, the white man brainwashed this world something crazy. Well, oh my God, the white man got the world in the chokehold. Listen to me and only me. Don't believe no one else, just the white people. And y'all really falling for it. Y'all really falling for it. They can't send us nowhere. This is our country. And this is coming from the mouth of a woman whose family was owned by the man who helped start the Confederacy in South Carolina. This is coming from the woman whose family was taken from Africa and brought over to Haiti. Her whole entire tribe eradicated and used as a breeding tool. We ain't going nowhere, bitch. This our shit. This our shit. Y'all tripping. Y'all really out here thinking we in America for fun. Bitch, we kidnapped.
5 American facts to break the immigrant's back. Black Americans did not immigrate here. We were trafficked through chattel slavery. The first Americans arrived in Virginia in 1619, not as immigrants, but as chattel property under violent colonial rule. No visa, no port of entry, no green card. Only forced labor, rape, and death. That's it. Black Americans were here before most white, Asian, or Latino immigrants. Do your history, do your research. 1865, over 4 million black people had already lived, worked, and died in America before the majority of European, Mexican, Chinese, or Caribbean immigrant waves began to come here. Source, U.S. Census, 1860. Black Americans are the only group whose citizenship was legislated. The 14th Amendment, 1860, was written specifically for descendants of American slaves, not immigrants. It granted legal citizenship to Black Americans who have been born on U.S. soil but treated as property. Source, U.S. Constitution, Congressional Record, Civil Rights Act, 1866. Black Americans fought in every American war before many groups were ever even allowed in America. From the Revolutionary War to the Vietnam War to Iraq, foundational Black Americans have fought, bled, and died to defend a country that doesn't even consider us human. I hope you guys understand that our blood is spilt on the land of America. Fact number 5, to break the immigrants' back, to break the ignorance of immigrants' mind, okay? Most Latino immigration was not legal until 1965. 1965? The Immigration and Nationality Act of 1965 removed the racial quotas that had previously blocked non-European immigration. That means the majority of Latino families didn't enter the U.S. legally until the 20th century, while Black Americans had already been here for 400 years. 400 years. So I'm saying that to say this. I think that one of the biggest problems that we have in both communities is we don't have knowledge of who each other are. And I believe if the Hispanic community had more knowledge of who Black Americans actually are, they would automatically have more respect for us, right? They don't know who we are, so they don't respect us. I don't know if that's to blame them or the government, but something's got to change. And that was 5 facts to break an immigrant's back.
Hold on, wait a damn minute, y'all. I just woke up, right? The first thing to pop up on my screen is when I get up, I got to set the mood for the day. I have to set the mood for the day when I get up. And Tabitha Speaks was one of the first things to come on my feed. And what Tabitha was talking about was that Latinos thought that we would be deported right along with them, that they thought we didn't have American citizenship. It speaks to the stupidity of this group. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. I wish I was so fancy like some of these other YouTubers, because I would find that one where there was some Latinos who basically said he's not going to deport the ones doing good. He's going to deport all the other ones. And literally in that woman's mind, she probably thought, oh, they're going to deport the Black people. Let me tell you something. To the Latinos that are out here, you first, second, third generations, whatever you, let me tell you something. The reason why ICE is coming for you extremely hard is because, and why they're not coming for Black people, specifically people like me, where my family has been in this country since before it was America, right? My family has been here since before it was America. They were in the swamps and on they were natives of the South and natives of the Southwest, the Comanches and the Natchez, the Cherokee, the Seminoles. And then they imported my other ancestors that were Yoruba, Akan, Jollof people, people of the Congo, people of Africa. When they did the 14th Amendment, and I never thought that, this is just, me, I'm a person who just thinks because I went to school and I'm educated that everybody else will be educated too, but clearly that's not the reality. No. When my African ancestors were stolen from Africa and they were brought here, and my indigenous ancestors, which my ancestors, the Comanches, they were brutal. They were a brutal group of people. And they were also a loving group of people, and very strategic and very diplomatic group of people. Until them white folks started messing with us, and then we had to go take out every single one of them. And then y'all took away our buffalo, and we had to end up on reservations. But I digress. That 14th Amendment was for Black people. The ex-enslaved who were brought here, who had no choice to come here. That was our amendment. We're in the Constitution. You are not. to some of your distant ancestors, there was the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, which gave some of those Mexicanos, right, gave them instant citizenship because of how America expanded and took over. But literally, black people like me, with last names like mine, right, I have a French and Spanish last name. So Armstead is actually French, Old French, and then Tejada is Spanish. And then you look at my family, you got a lot of English and Irish names that are in there. We are black and we're from here. You are not from here. You are not written into the Constitution. That is why ICE is coming for you. And I could not stop. I was like, wait a damn minute. So this whole time when they were talking about mass deportation, did you think they were talking about us? You didn't think they were talking about you? Damn. Ooh, it's ooh. Mm-hmm. Who I'm gonna get off of here and I'm gonna go get some coffee because yo. Woo! I'm done. I ain't got nothing else to say. I'm weak. Oh my God, they're gonna deport the other illegals that's doing bad. You know what? It did bad. Oh my God. Woo! Your crime is crossing a border. That's what it is, illegally, without papers. We had no choice in the matter. African Americans were brought here against their will. Now, that's not me saying that those Jamaicans or some of those other immigrants from some of those other islands were not illegals. I'm not saying that. But people like me, where my ancestry is clearly all through Texas, all through Louisiana, all through the American South, and really because of how certain tribes migrated, I'm pretty much Mesoamerican. Yeah, because you go all the way down to Brazil and come all the way up because my ancestors have been here and they were citizens here and then they were bought here against their will. So either way it goes, I moved through this world as an African American, Afro-Indigenous person. You move as a immigrant thinking that you will have white adjacent privilege and you don't. I'm gonna get off of this. This is hilarious.
It is kind of jacked up to find out that, people around the globe thought that African Americans were immigrants. That's pretty jacked up. Like, all this time y'all thought we were immigrants? I don't understand even why people would think that, because here you have the whole Caribbean, the whole South America, and then we have North America right here. And you would think that, okay, yeah, I mean, everybody else is cool. You know what I'm saying? Jamaicans are Jamaicans, Haitians are Haitians, you know what I'm saying? Why on earth would people think that we are immigrants when we got over here before the founding of the country? Why in the world would people think that we're immigrants? African Americans, I mean. Okay? That is so weird. Like, and to see how it actually affected how they voted. I mean, this really opened up a can of worms right here. This really did open up a can of worms. It affected how they voted. It affected all the things they would say about us for a long period of time. Like, they really thought that we were the immigrants of the United States of America. So how is it that people would think we are immigrants? That makes absolutely no sense. All this time, And see now, then when I saw that Cuban lady on here talking about some, you know what? African Americans are the only ones who can help us. For the longest time, we have been clowning African Americans, blah, 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 and they're the only ones that can help us. They can't be deported. So, even though the video was honestly true, right? But when you say that, right? You said that out your mouth, right? That means that the only reason why you would even try to be around us at this point is to secure your status here after talking all that trash. He was talking about Cubans. I'm going to specifically say she was talking about Cuban America. She was talking about Cubans. Okay. Nobody else. I don't want to put all the whole. She was talking about that because she was Cuban. She said, "I've always been with them, but you know, if you're gonna kiss anybody's butt, you're gonna have to kiss Black American butt." What? This thing is blowing my mind, really. Because the fact that, because I did a whole video about this, and I was telling someone from out of the country, talking about when we come over to the country, we like to align with white people because that's where we get our success from. And I said flat out, said you do not get your success from white people. White people don't even want you here. You get your success from black people. That just went completely over a lot of people. Say just like they're like, how in the world is that? I mean, it seems like the globe does not consider us. And then they would always say, what kind of power do you have? What kind of power do African Americans have? Do you not realize? Do you not realize that there's white people in Congress? And then guess what? Guess who's next? Guess who has the most power in Congress? Black Americans. Now I understand. Now I understand that the globe, many, probably the majority, just thought we were just over here. Just thought we were just over here. And now it makes sense why every time they look at us, right? They say they don't consider us actual founders of the country. All they do, they sit there and they say slave. When they see us, they say slave. That's what they see. That's what they see. That's what they see. Because I've actually looked at comments and been called it myself, slave. So they're actually living in the 1700s still. The globe is living in the 1700s and the 1800s when they look at us. When they look at African Americans, that's what they look. So that's actually to our advantage in a lot of different ways. So while we were over here fighting for everyone's civil rights, everyone else was looking at us as that. That is so wild to me. And now that the same people they were chasing are kicking them out, or saying we're not going to kick you out. And that's another thing. They're saying we're not going to kick you out, really, if you work in agriculture or in hospitality. They're basically saying we'll let you stay here if you're working the jobs we need worked. That says a lot. Okay, that says a lot. Okay, and the same people that they trying to, get proximity to are kicking them out of the country. Which I said that a long time ago in one of my videos. I'm like, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. What's going on? Flip, 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 flip. I don't know what's going on, but as an African American, just use it to your advantage.
I have to draw the line at you all saying that Black Americans are immigrants. There is no way on God's green earth that you know even a fraction of our history and how we got here and you get on Al Gore's internet and say, oh, I always thought Black Americans were immigrants. No, you didn't, babe. You know how we got here, and you know it was not voluntary like everybody else. Besides Native Americans, like that's obviously excluding them. Everybody else came here voluntarily. What are we saying? What's the conversation? And it's like, I've watched this certain group of people get online and blatantly and utterly disrespect Black Americans for 2 weeks straight, which kind of annoying, but it's always a new group of people online disrespecting us, so it's not really anything new. I'm kind of getting the sense that a lot of the irritation is because people are shocked and surprised that Black Americans are not running around, begging to be people's mammies and pappies. That's really why you're mad. But being so delusional as to say that you thought that Black Americans were immigrants and pretending that you didn't know that Black... You know what? Let me shut up.
So wait, people really thought that African Americans were immigrants? Yeah, I know y'all lying. Don't immigrants go like on their own? If they go to a particular country on their own accord, because they may be trying to get away from whatever. We ain't come here because we wanted to be here. We still don't want to be here. Hell, we hoping that they maybe put us out and send us somewhere. But what do y'all mean y'all thought we were immigrants? Immigrants? Y'all know the story of how we got here? Do that make sense? Like, this world is so disillusioned about African Americans. We're descendants of Africa, but we've been here for hundreds of years. We're not first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation, fifth generation. Like, we've been here. We built this country. The foundation of this country is built by African Americans. We didn't come here because we want to be here. Like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all thought we were immigrants. Immigrants? Who? Where? Immigrants? I got papers to prove I ain't no immigrant. Like, some of the stuff that I hear on social media is correct. Like, for real, y'all thought we were immigrants. Come on now. Stop playing. We don't want to be here now. Get us out of here.
Honey, what are you talking about? Black Americans aren't immigrants. I keep seeing this all over TikTok where people are actually learning right now that African Americans are not immigrants. Our ancestors have been here for centuries. What are you guys learning? Who's teaching y'all? I am flabbergasted. My gasters are flabbered this week because people voted thinking the whole immigration situation was going to affect Black people first. Hello? Are y'all serious? I'm rarely stunned when it comes to things that Black people have to experience in this country, but this particular topic right here with y'all thinking that we are immigrants is something I just never had on my 2025 bingo card. Like, I'm stunned.
Y'all know when Latinos and Hispanics be like, Black Americans are next? They really thought that Black Americans are immigrants. And that explains why they voted the way they voted. They tried to get us up out of here. But I got to say to the Latino community, not only did your ESL classes, but the American educational system failed you tremendously. Because Black Americans are not immigrants and we're not going anywhere. And this is how ill-informed they are. They really think because they're in the middle between black and white that they're white adjacent. When that's far from the truth. It's only 3 categories that's broken down in this country. You have white Americans, you have non-whites, and you have Black Americans. The people in the middle, y'all just extras in this movie. The main characters are the white Americans and the Black Americans, and sometimes the Native Americans make a guest appearance. This country spent too much money trillions of dollars in painting black people as the bad guys. That's the default to even get rid of black Americans. As sad as that may sound. And you know who's catching on quick, who's learning the game real quick? Africans and Caribbeans. That's why they're cosplaying as black Americans. They're not cosplaying as black Americans to trick us black Americans. They're doing it to trick white Americans because they don't want to be deported.
Now, which one of y'all is running around here saying that black Americans are immigrants? Granted, there are some black people that are immigrants, but they align themselves with the nationality that they came from. However, for most of my lineage, we were here in America since before 1776. That whole birthright citizenship was about us. Like, are y'all not listening in history class? Oh, wait, I forgot. They're trying to get rid of all of that because they don't want you to know the truth. And they keep trying to cover up what their ancestors did in the same system that they're benefiting from. They don't want it to be equal to everybody. So they're not going to teach you the main reason why it was built that way and who it benefits and who it disenfranchises. But outside of that, yeah, I'm sorry, you can't really send us anywhere. And it's not even to like throw it in people's face. It's just like, y'all, like, this game has been going on for as long as we can remember. And unfortunately, most of us are on the latter half of the game with United States versus black Americans. But that's why a lot of black Americans go so hard for black American culture, because we do have culture and it is copied all around the world. And this isn't to like say we're looking down on anybody else's culture that may be black or anybody around the world. It's just that we have a specific culture and a lot of people come here and try and discredit it, but you're effectively enmeshing yourself in the culture that we built. Because without us, America would not be here. The United States would not be here. They used us and we still have not got our reparations. And granted, do I want 40 acres and a mule? No, I want the whole system to fall. But I don't know. Yeah, you can't really send me back anywhere. And a lot of y'all are only over here from 1940s Ellis Island. We have been here longer than a lot of you people. Like, it is not even to sound crazy, but a lot of y'all are only like third, fourth, and generations. Like, remember, before 1776, before the birth of a nation. 1619 Project, look it up and read it. Like, I'm not getting it.
Can you believe that the Latinos thought that African Americans were immigrants? Wow! Is that what they telling y'all in school? That's how y'all put that together? No, we ain't never been immigrants. And we came over here on boats against our will. Y'all came over voluntarily, see? And we end up building the country. But it do make sense, because all the immigrants be looking at us like something wrong with us. We like, fam, they got hella grants, they got all type of stuff to help you. They ain't helping us, fam. Talking about we next, nigga, they ain't never stopped coming for us. Go to the hood right now, it's police where? Everywhere. That's where. And get you ain't going to jail. They building prisons for the black people.
I don't know where these folks got their education from, but you can tell it's very poor. But yeah, no wonder why they've been making all them videos talking about we're in the same boat. We're in the same boat. No, we're not. We don't have nothing in common. And immigration, that is just not our issue. We're not immigrants. There's no reason for us to be out there in a big way. But I can understand why you're out there, but I don't know why you would think we should be there. And now it makes sense because they literally believe we were immigrants too. And I actually heard it from Africans saying, well, y'all immigrants too. And they don't understand the 14th Amendment. And that's the problem with all of them. So, y'all, I didn't want to keep you long, but I knew I had to show you this. And it was just so many over on TikTok believe in that. But now they get it. They're starting to get it. Let me just put it that way. They're starting to get it and understand we are not like them. We did not hop a fence to come here. We were here, like the brother said, we were here before many of them. But the Mexicans, like I said, the only reason why they voted for Donald Trump, all those Hispanics, they thought they were going to push us out of here. Now, how ignorant is that? Now, that's some ignorant mess right there. I know. I know. Unbelievable. I guess anybody can be a dummy. Anybody can be a dummy. Yeah, well, it don't make sense. Look at some of the Latinos. Some of them have been here for 10 and 20 years and still can't speak English. So enough said. Enough said when it comes down to them. So y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you spending the time with me today, and we'll definitely come back on different topics tomorrow. Shalom, family.